Welcome to Movie Spotlights. In this video, we're gonna go over the top 10 Greek mythology movies of all time. Be sure to watch till number 1 because I believe it's the best Greek mythology movie of all time. Greek mythology is a fascinating subject for thousands of years. Tragic love stories, heroic battles, myths and legends from ancient Greece. The Greek goddesses and gods like Zeus, Poseidon and Aphrodite, they still influence our current culture and religious beliefs today. And many of their traditions can be traced back as influencing us today in subtle ways, such as their stories about good and evil. There's nothing better than to see what it was like to live during those times. So, without further ado, number 10, The Wrath of the Titans. It's a sequel to the 2010 Clash of the Titans. It takes place a decade after the first film. It stars Sam Worthington, who plays demigod Perseus, Liam Neeson as Zeus, where Zeus tries to warn Perseus that trouble is coming. Hades, played by Ralph Fiennes, comes up with a sinister plan to capture Zeus and drain his power to resurrect Kronos, who is a giant fiery creature. Perseus is called to rescue his father, overthrow the Titans by finding a magical weapon, rescue Zeus and defeat the creature to save mankind. The film is full of special effect graphics which look great, but the emotion of the characters has not been built up in any depth. Number 9. Minotaur is a horror movie starring Tom Hardy, who plays Theo. It retells a famous Greek myth during the Iron Age.
Let us see the mouth of hell. Open the gates.
How can a man kill that?
About a village which worships a bull as their god, and a woman has a child with an animal called a Minotaur. The beast gets imprisoned in an underground labyrinth. They have to sacrifice people from the village every few years for the beast. Theo faces a tragedy as his girlfriend is chosen for sacrifice, and the film retells the story of how he asked the king to save her. Next up is number 8, Immortals. With great visuals, it also bears a hard R rating. The movie shamelessly borrows from 300, which in my opinion is a far superior film, and the film can feel dark and a little dull in comparison. It's about an army led by a bloodthirsty and cruel king who destroys everything in their way to see the power to overthrow Olympus. One man seeks to avenge the death of his mother, and save both the human world and the world of gods. Although the acting is decent, the theme of the film doesn't really closely resemble an actual Greek myth. Maybe you ought to watch 300 instead. In the number 7 spot, we have Percy Jackson movies based on Rick Riordan's book series. There were 2 films made, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, and Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. The Lightning Thief is about a boy who discovers that he is the son of a god. Being half human, that makes him a demigod. He is thrown into a world of mythological creatures and other demigods. He is accused of stealing the lightning bolt from the god of Zeus to restore the cosmic order to save the world. In the second film, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, it continues the adventures of Percy Jackson as they search for the magical golden fleece at the Sea of Monsters. Brandon Jackson, Alexandra Daddario and Jake Abel reprise their roles as the enchanted barriers are disappearing, so in order to save the trees that protect their half-blood home. The movie is full of action, great for tweens and teens. Percy does spend much of his time moping over the uncertainty of heroism. The movie almost slightly resembles Harry Potter. It's a great movie to watch for the whole family, but if you are a fan of the books, you may be a little disappointed as the movie adaptation changes quite a lot of things. Number 6, we have Hercules, played by The Rock Dwayne Johnson. He certainly has the right physique and charisma, as you can see with his light-hearted juvenile tone. Johnson's massive fan base definitely helped this old-fashioned movie to be entertaining. It cuts the mythical son of Zeus down to human size. Well, as human as you can get with Dwayne Johnson, with lots of tongue-in-cheek lines making it pretty funny to watch.
Your name is...
At number 5, we have The Clash of Titans. It's a remake of the 1981 film based on the Greek myth of Perseus. It stars Sam Worthington, and it was negatively received, although exciting to watch with flashy visual effects and action scenes between the humans and the gods. But with little character development, the plot was a little rushed. At number 4, we have Hercules, which is an animated Disney musical, and the characters are as memorable as the songs. Directed by Ron Clements and John Musker.
After all these years, is this the kind of hello you give your father?
This family-friendly adventure portrays the story of Hercules being kidnapped by the minions of the undergod world Hades when he was a little boy. Hercules finds himself living among the humans, unknowing he belongs to the gods of Olympus. Destiny arrives and changes his life forever. Meg has charming sarcasm, empathy, and an independence, and villainous Hades is hilarious. This comedy does extend to references about Greek mythology itself and satisfies fans of Disney and Greek myths alike. Number 3, it's Wonder Woman, starring Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. This superhero adventure is a call to hope and freedom. During World War I and an emanciation of an all-time classic comic book character. It's so powerful that Wonder Woman is one of its kind. Princess Diana leaves her mystical island home and is thrown into the real world of human nature. The film was well directed by Patty Jenkins, and the chemistry between Gadot and Pine made the movie thrilling, enjoyable to watch, and the fight scenes spectacular, and the story is uplifting and fun. Number 2, 300 is an epic action flick directed by Zack Snyder. It is a truly heroic film. It is an adaptation of an infamous graphic novel. The film uses revolutionary special effects to describe the story of Spartan King Leonidas, played by Jared Butler, and his brave Spartan warriors who fought to their death.
Easy to taunt, easy to trick.
To save their home against the Persian god King Xerxes, played by Rodrigo Santoro, and his massive Persian army of over 100,000 soldiers. Though certain death awaits the Spartans, their sacrifice inspires all Greece to unify against their common enemy. Before we reveal the all-time #1 Greek mythology movie, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit the bell button so you don't miss more videos. If you made it this far, what we have been waiting for, the #1 Greek mythology movie, is Troy, starring Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, Diane Kruger, a masterpiece about an epic historical war drama.
You already have.
Directed by Wolfgang Peterson. It shows how love can be a beautiful thing, but can also turn men into thoughtless warriors. When in ancient Greece, a stolen princess is the reason for an outbreak of a war, it becomes a question of sheer power of military strategy and the power of legendary warriors to decide the outcome of the war that will change the world. I hope you enjoyed our countdown. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments your favorite Greek mythology movie.